Islam. It is June the 1st, 2018, and first I'll be reading from the Holy Quran of Mecca, chapter 14, Abraham. Section 1, Revelation dispels darkness. But first I'll be reading the Fatiha. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. Praise be to Allah, the Lord of the worlds, the Beneficent, the Merciful, Master of the Day of Requital. Thee do we serve, and thee do we beseech for help. Guide us on the right path, the path of those upon whom thou hast bestowed favors, not those upon whom wrath is brought down, nor those who go astray. Alrighty. Now, Section 1, Revelation dispels darkness. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. I, Allah, the Seer, a book which we have revealed to thee, that thou mayest bring forth men, by their Lord's permission, from darkness into light, to the way of the mighty, the praised one. Of Allah, whose is whatever is in the heavens and whatever is in the earth, and woe to the disbelievers for the severe chastisement. Those who love this world's life more than the hereafter, and turn away from Allah's path, and would have it crooked, those are far astray. And we sent no messenger but with the language of his people, so that he might explain to them clearly. Then Allah leaves in error whom he pleases, and he guides whom he pleases. And he is the mighty, the wise. And certainly we sent Moses with our messages, saying, Bring forth thy people from darkness into light, and remind them of the days of Allah. And this are surely signs of every steadfast, grateful one. And when Moses said to his people, Call to mind Allah's favor to you, when he delivered you from Pharaoh's people, who subjected you to severe torment, and slew your sons, and spared your women, and therein was a great trial from your Lord. Section 2. Truth is rejected first, and when your Lord made it known, if you are grateful, I will give you more, and if you are ungrateful, my chastisement is truly severe. And Moses said, If you are ungrateful, you and all those on earth, then Allah is surely self-sufficient. Praise. Has not the account reached you of those before you, of the people of Noah, and Ad and Thamud, and those after them? None, those them but Allah. Their messengers came to them with clear arguments, but they thrust their hands into their mouths and said, We deny that with which you are sent, and surely we are in serious doubt as to that to which you invite us. Their messengers said, Is there doubt about Allah, the maker of the heavens and the earth? He invites you to forgive you your faults and to respite you till an important term. They said, You are nothing but mortals like us. You will wish to turn us away from that which our fathers used to worship. So bring us clear authority. Their messengers said to them, We are nothing but mortals, like yourselves, but Allah bestows his favors on whom he pleases, and of his servants. And it is not for us to bring you an authority, except by Allah's permission, and on Allah let the believers rely. And why should we not rely on Allah? And he has indeed guided us in our ways. And we will certainly bear with patience your persecution of us. And on Allah should the reliant rely. Section 3. Opposition is at last destroyed. And those who disbelieved said to their messengers, We will certainly drive you out of our land, unless you come back into our religion. So their Lord revealed to them, We shall certainly destroy the wrongdoers, and we shall certainly settle you in the land after them. This is for him who fears standing in my presence, and fears my threat. And they sought judgment, and every insolent opposer was disappointed. Hell is before him, and he is given to drink of boiling water. He drinks it little by little, and is not able to swallow it, and death comes to him from every quarter, yet he dies not, and before him is vehement chastisement. The parable of those who disbelieve in their Lord. Their works are as ashes on which the wind blows, hard on a stormy day. They have no power over aught they have earned that is straying far away. Seest thou not that Allah created the heavens and the earth with truth? If he please, he will take you away and bring a new creation, and that is not difficult for Allah. And they will all come forth to Allah. Then the weak will say to those who were proud, we were your followers. Can you then avert from us aught of the chastisement of Allah? They will say, if Allah had guided us, we would have guided you. It is the same to us, whether we cry or bear patiently. There is no escape for us. Section 4. Truth is confirmed. And the devil will say, when the matter is decided, surely Allah promised you a promise of truth, and promised you, then failed you. And I had no authority over you, except that I called you, and you obeyed me. So blame me not, but blame yourselves. I cannot come to your help, nor can you come to my help. I deny your associating me with Allah before. Surely for the unjust is a painful chastisement, and those who believe and do good are made to enter gardens, wherein flow rivers, abiding therein by their Lord's permission. Their greeting therein is peace. Seest thou not how Allah sets forth a parable of a good word as a good tree, whose root is firm and whose branches are high, yielding its fruit in every season by the permission of its Lord. And Allah sets forth parables for men, that they may be mindful. And the parable of an evil word is as an evil tree pulled from the earth's surface. It has no stability. Allah confirms those who believe with the sure word in this world's life and in the hereafter. And Allah leaves the wrongdoers in error, and Allah does what he pleases. Section 5. Man's injustice in rejecting truth. Seest thou not those who change Allah's favor for disbelief, and make their people to alight in the abode of perdition? Hell, they will burn in it. An evil place it is to settle in. And they set up equals with Allah to lead astray from his path. Say, enjoy yourselves, for surely your return is to the fire. Tell my servants who believe to keep up prayer, and spend out of what we have given them, secretly and openly, before the coming of the day, in which there is no bartering nor befriending. Allah is he who created the heavens and the earth, and sent down water from the clouds, then brought forth with it fruits as a sustenance for you. And he has made the ships subservient to you, to run their course in the sea by his command. And he has made the rivers subservient to you, and he has made subservient to you the sun and the moon, pursuing their courses, and he has made subservient to you the night and the day. And he gives you all you ask of him. And if you count Allah's favors, you will not be able to number them. Surely man is very unjust, very ungrateful. Section 6. Abraham's Prayer. When Abraham said, my Lord, make this city secure, and save me and my sons from worshipping idols. My Lord, surely they have led many men astray. So whoever follows me, he is surely of me, and whoever disobeys me, thou surely art forgiving, merciful. Our Lord, I have settled a part of my offspring in a valley unproductive of fruit, near the sacred house. Our Lord, that they may keep up prayer, so make the hearts of some people yearn towards them, and provide them with fruits. Haply they may be grateful. Our Lord, surely thou knowest what we hide and what we proclaim, and nothing is hidden from Allah, either in the earth or in the heaven. Praise be to Allah, who has given me in old age Ishmael and Isaac. Surely my Lord is the hearer of prayer. My Lord, make me keep up prayer, and for my offspring too, our Lord, and accept my prayer. Our Lord, grant me protection, and my parents, and the believers on the day when the reckoning comes to pass. Section 7. The end of opposition. And think not Allah to be heedless of what the unjust do. He only respites them to a day when their eyes will stare in terror. Hastening forward, their heads upraised, their gaze not returning to them, and their hearts vacant. And warn people of a day when the chastiser will come to them. Then the wrongdoers will say, Our Lord, respite us to a near term. We will respond to thy call and follow the messengers. Did you not swear before that there would be no passing away for you? And you dwell in the abodes of those who wrong themselves, and it is clear to you how we dealt with them, and we made them examples for you. And they have indeed planned their plan, and their plan is with Allah, though their plan is such that the mountains should be moved thereby. So think not that Allah will fail in his promise to his messengers. Surely Allah is mighty, the Lord of retribution, on the day when the earth will be changed into a different earth, and the heavens as well. And they will come forth to Allah, the One, the Supreme. And thou wilt see the guilty on that day, linked together in chains, their shirts made of pitch, and fire covering their faces. And Allah may repay each soul what it has earned. Surely Allah is swift in reckoning. This is a message for the people, and that they may be warned thereby, and that they may know that He is one God, and that men of understanding may mind. Islam. Alright, next I'll be reading from the Circle 7 Quran. I believe I'll that chapter. Chapter 21. Marriage instructions for man and wife from the noble prophet. Give ear, fair daughter of love, to the instructions of prudence. Let the precepts of truth sink deep in thy heart. So shall the charms of thy mind add luster to the elegance of thy form, and thy beauty, like the rose it resembleth, shall retain its sweetness, when its bloom is withered. In the spring of thy youth, in the morning of thy days, when the eyes of men gaze on thee with delight, and nature whispereth in thine ear the meaning of their looks, I'll hear with caution their seducing words. Guard well thy heart, nor listen to the soft persuasions. Remember, thou art made man's reasonable companion, not the slave of his passion. The end of thy being is not merely to gratify his loose desires, but to assist him in the toils of life, to soothe his heart with thy tenderness, and recompense his care with soft endearments. Who is she that winneth the heart of man, that subdueth him to love, and reigneth in his breast? Lo, yonder she walketh in maiden sweetness, with innocence in her mind, and modesty on her cheek. Her hand seeketh employment, her foot delighteth not in gadding abroad. She is clothed with neatness, she is fed with temperance. Humility and meekness are as a crown of glory circling her head. On her tongue dwelleth music, the sweetness of honey floweth from her lips. Decency is in all her words, and her answers are mildness and truth. Submission and obedience are the lessons of her life, and peace and happiness are her reward. Before her steps walketh prudence, and virtue attendeth at her right hand. Her eye speaketh softness and love, but discretion with a scepter sitteth on her brow. The tongue of the licentious is dumb in her presence. The awe of the virtue keepeth him silent. When scandal is busy, and the fame of her neighbors is tossed from tongue to tongue, if charity and good nature open not her mouth, the finger of silence resteth on her lip. Her breast is the mansion of goodness, and therefore she suspecteth no evil of others. Happy were the man that would make her his wife, happy the child that should call her mother. She presideth in the house, and there is peace. She commandeth with judgment, and is obeyed. She ariseth in the morning, she considers her affairs, and appointeth to every one their proper business. The care of her family is her whole delight, so that to that alone she applieth her study, and elegance and frugality is seen in her mansion. The prudence of her management is an honor to her husband. He heareth her praise with a secret delight. She informeth the minds of her children with wisdom. She fashioneth their manners from the examples of her own goodness. The words of her mouth is the law of their youth. The motion of her eye commandeth their obedience. She speaketh, and servants fly. She pointeth, and the thing is done. For the law of love is in their hearts, and her kindness addeth wings to their feet. In prosperity she is not puffed up, in adversity she healeth the wounds of fortune with patience. The troubles of her husband are alleviated by her counsels, and sweetened by her endearments. He putteth his heart in her bosom, and receiveth comfort. Happy is the man that has made her his wife. Happy the child that called her mother. Islam. That was chapter 21 of the Circle 7 Quran, Marriage Instructions for Man and Wife, from the Noble Prophet. And that's